Where do you draw the line between being authentic and vulnerable online and not revealing too much of yourself on social media? Good question.
For me, I'm okay as long as it's just about me. So I re-recorded a video today that I make a training video for anybody who I'm going to be doing an interview with. So I'm going to be on your show. I made a 9-minute training video today, which was, hey, thank you so much for having me on your show. Super excited to be here. Here's how we can make the best interview happen. Because my goal is we're here for a limited amount of time. Because every show is super tight on my Thursday schedule. I want to make it count. Here's how we can make it count. And one of them is talking about questions. Like what questions can I ask? What questions are off limits? I'm like, I'm good with anything. I actually prefer the questions that we can go deeper. I prefer the question instead of you just telling me or asking me, hey, what would you tell your 18-year-old self? Or the same questions that I've been asked, a million times. I prefer the questions where we go deeper, where we talk about the failures and the how things aren't perfect, and people don't often dive into those things enough. So I prefer those. The only thing is I don't, if it's about my family or I have to throw, Zayn under the bus, like tell me the worst thing about Zayn the man. I'm not answering that question.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Like it just doesn't serve what I'm trying to do.
And it will be a short answer because there ain't that many things bad about me at all.
But I mean, there's only, exactly. If I'm going to say something bad about Zayn the man, I'm telling it to his face, not on some podcast behind his back.
And he's got to break his brain to try to figure that one out. Okay, let me stop. Oh, that's funny. That's a good one, Zayn. Okay.
So you get to pick, but I think the more that you share your story, the more people actually connect to you. The more people know what you're going through, the more they're going to listen to you. The more your message lands. That's why you spend a whole section in Built to Serve talking about your story and why it's important to share it. Because as long as you're embarrassed, if you think your purpose, right? Your purpose comes from your pain. You want to help people who currently are who you used to be, all that stuff. That's your purpose. You need to be able to connect with people for them to listen to you. Otherwise, they feel like this person doesn't understand me. So I have to know your story. I have to know your story. And by you courageously sharing your story, it makes it okay. Without whatever you went through, somebody else who's struggling with it right now, they're not alone. It's okay. And that's really important. But I would just say, respecting other people. So my parents are very private people. I don't share a lot about them. Nina, I'll share more on because she's become a lot more comfortable and confident in kind of the stories that we talk about. So I think that's the thing. So go to my Instagram and you don't see anything about my parents. I'm how public am I? How much content am I sharing? 10,000. Go watch all 10,000 videos on my channels and see how many times I show a picture of my parents or show my parents at all. Right? You get to pick.
Yep, I agree with Evan 100%. I mean, I'm me personally, I'm still reluctant to share too much about myself or even a little bit about myself. I do it if it's appropriate and relevant, or if I end up talking too much. Then it's like, okay, too much information. But I really respect and value privacy, and especially the people I know. For me, it's a respect thing to share things about people that have shared with me sometimes things in confidentiality, and I just share with someone else. I've been that way since I was a teenager. People would tell me stuff in high school I wouldn't even share with other people, and then they notice, oh, Zach can be trusted, and they would start sharing more stuff with me. And I would even there was one time sisters would share. One sister would share something with me, and the other sister never even knew, and they lived in the same household. But I just believe in confidentiality. If someone shares something with me, they share it with me. They want the whole world to know, they would tell the whole world.
And everybody's got their own weird thing. Like Zayn is mortified of eating on camera, right? Like that's a
mortified.
Probably
mortified.
That's probably the word I'd use.
The word that he would use. All right, we lost, guys. We lost.
Oh, my
Sadness.
Lord.
Zayn doesn't like eating on stream, so that's a thing for him. Awesome. It's good to know. Zayn's wife doesn't like being on camera. Like the first time I saw her was when we did a private Zoom, just me and Zayn, and she came in to say hi. And she's, I mean, wonderful, amazing, but doesn't like to be on camera. So fine, right?
Even Pa, she joins. She's like, I believe in privacy for those around me, but personally, an open book.
Yeah, just being careful about other people.
So yeah.